Hey, welcome back. Great to have all of you with us. A little bit change of pace here. We haven't had a chance to talk to our next guest in the past. He is Captain Will. And how about this matchup coming up? This is in women's basketball. The Gamecocks and the Trojans, two of the best teams in the country. He is called Captain Will. Does a lot of interesting things. Captain, first of all, he talks about a number of things, including his appearance on Big Brother. That's a reality show. This is a reality show. Welcome to our show, Captain Will. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Paul. This is awesome. You know, we can be on the Big Brother show and have an opportunity to win $750,000, or being on the Paul Finebaum show. Is running, neck and neck. So glad to be here.
We'll get to Big Brother in a minute, but tell us a little bit of this. First of all, this matchup is just a unique basketball game with two of the absolute powers. I know sometimes in football season these things get a little bit overlooked, but not where you live, not in South Carolina either.
Well, so you got the real USC. This is the competition. You got the Southern California team out west, and you got the South Carolina Gamecocks out here on the East Coast, the three-time national champions. And so that when the battle, when it was announced that this was gonna happen, it was prior to Juju Watkins getting hurt. It was prior to Chloe Kitts being injured. It was prior to Ashlyn Watkins getting injured. All those different things happened. So, but it's still it's a huge game. South Carolina's playing in LA in the Crypto Arena. Both teams are highly ranked. Both teams are still very good, and I can't wait for the matchup.
So tell us a little bit about the Dawn's team, because, every year there's another superstar that goes on to become a superstar in the W. What does this one look like?
It's no different. You have players like Tania Latson, the transfer from Florida State, who came in and led the country in scoring at 25.2 points per game, and All-American. And then you got Madina Okot, who came in from Mississippi State, who's 6'6" and is a double machine. And then you have top recruits coming in, Agot and Ayla McDowell. And then you got Raven Johnson coming in for a fifth year, and sweet shooting Tessa Johnson. We have a plethora of players on this basketball team. We have 10 players on this basketball team, and all 10 are McDonald's All-Americans. And it's something amazing to have. I know folks are going to say Chloe was a McDonald's All-American or Agot was a McDonald's All-American, but they would have been McDonald's All-Americans if they would have stayed in high school, but they graduated early to get the tutelage of Dawn Staley. This is a terrific basketball team.
Okay, before I get to Big Brother, this being Veterans Day, I know you're a retired military man, so tell us about your service. It's Army. You achieved quite a status and quite a rank. Tell us about that experience, as we are just barely removed from Veterans Day.
Well, I served 22 and a half years in the Army, and it was a terrific experience. It was an uncommon experience, so to speak, because when I initially joined back in 1996, I only wanted to do my initial 4 years, and I wanted to come back home and go to college. That's always a thing that some folks say, but I ended up doing 22 years, and it was the best experience of my life. It helped mold me as a man. I achieved a lot during that time frame, and it was awesome. I made tremendous friends. I met my beautiful wife, you see right there, who's also retired military, and it was awesome. It was some hard times. I deployed to Iraq. My wife deployed to Afghanistan. We missed some birthdays and holidays and things of that nature. But I would not change anything because it helped shape me as a man.
So I'm curious, meeting your wife in the military, how exactly did that happen?
Well, she would tell you that, that I was a little shy. She would say that I was standing off to the side, and she came up to me to try to coerce me and talk to me and so forth. I like to tell the story of that I approached her and that I asked her out for a date. Whatever the story is, we met each other at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and we clicked. That is my person. She is my chocolate drop, like I talked about in the Big Brother house. And when you have two officers that were serving in the military together, and we joined, and it's just a lot of different, situations that we had to navigate. And she's my woman. I love that girl to death.
So I've been thinking about a lot of things, career change, and I've been thinking the best thing for me to do is transition from here to a reality show. How do I do it? How did you get on Big Brother?
Paul, that was the weirdest thing that happened to me because I've been floating the idea of being of applying for Big Brother. I watched the show for like 20 years now. One of those days, I just like, okay, baby, I'm gonna try. I'm going to apply for Big Brother, and she just laughed at me. It's like, you really gonna do this? You're gonna put yourself in that situation where it's uncomfortable, where you're being recorded 24 hours a day and have a mic on and all these different things. I say, yes, I'm going to do it. Lo and behold, they actually picked me, so I had to go with it. Paul, never recommend it. It was crazy. I was the oldest person in the house. I was 50 years old in the house, and the youngest person in the house was 22 years old. It was a very, very difficult experience, and it's a weird thing where you can't talk to anyone outside of the house. No phones, no, you can't text, you can't call, you can't, television or radio, any of those different things. So it was very difficult.
How long was the experience?
I was in the Big Brother house for 66 days. I got, quiet as it kept, I got evicted on September the 11th. And then I went to the jury house. In the jury house, we are kind of sequestered again until we dwindle down to the final 3 house guests. Well, if you total everything that I've been, the whole experience itself, because it's around 80 plus days when we had the finale. It was on September 28th. It's a long, long time of not knowing anything outside in the world. We had no idea of the news. I was going crazy with sports. I didn't know if Dawn Staley had signed any new recruits. It was so weird. And I was so happy to leave that experience. It was a great experience, but I was ready to leave.
So how did has it aired yet? I apologize for not being a Big Brother devotee.
Well, this is the deal. It was on Paramount Plus. It started on July the 10th, and the last episode was September 28th. And I was on roughly about 30 different episodes. And you can go peep it on, I think, Paramount Plus and watch everything if you chose to do so. It is a long, what they call it, binge watching, and Paul, it's a lot. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of different things. But if you have the opportunity, check me out.
I plan on doing it immediately. Hey, thank you very much, Captain Will. What a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully we can do this again as we get closer to the peak of the season. We'll take a short break here. We're off and running. That's the game on Saturday. What an afternoon and evening that is going to be. Missouri, Kansas, South Carolina, Southern California, and Purdue at Kentucky. The season is well underway.